I want to tell you a story about Super Mario Maker, the classic game where you can make your own Mario levels.
The fucking goat.
The original Wii U version came out in September 2015, and over the next 6 years, players would upload 68 million levels. Some were easy, some were hard, and many were stupid. But they all followed one rule. In order to upload a level, you had to clear it yourself first. Once it was uploaded, others could try and clear it. In December 2017, a player named Jeffy created the Team 0% Discord server. Their goal? Clear every single level ever uploaded with a 0% clear rate. In other words, levels that have been cleared by their
I used to genuinely love this game so much. I remember playing this game like at the beach. But there is genuine like levels to this shit.
But nobody else. Over the next few years,
people are crazy on Super Mario Maker.
Some of the hardest levels that Super Mario Maker players had ever created. Fast forward 3 years later. In March 2021, Nintendo announced they were shutting down uploads in Super Mario Maker. You could still play and clear existing levels, but nothing new could be uploaded. There was now a finite number
of it's because of Mario Maker 2, right?
Team 0%. They kept chugging along for the next couple years, clearing hard levels and making good progress. But then, in October 2023, Doomsday arrived for Team 0%.
Announcement of discontinuation of online service. Wait.
Nintendo said they'd be closing the Wii U's online services on April 8th, 2024.
Oh shit, so
Team
they only have like a
0%
limited time?
had just 6 months to clear all remaining levels, before they'd be physically unable to do so anymore. How many were left? 26,486. That's what stood between Team 0% and their ultimate goal. And well, this is the story of what unfolded over the next 6 months.
Dude, this is gonna be like, yeah, this guy cleared 5 levels, and he cleared the other 500,000 levels! Someone make an edit out of that. The history of Team 0%.
Team 0% has to find a way to clear 26,000 levels in 6 months. How do you even begin to tackle something like that? Well, they needed help, as many people trying to clear levels as possible. So they sounded the alarm and hoped something would go viral.
Some people started playing again and clearing the levels, but it never really caught on until that video.
On October 9th, Team 0% member The Riley C put out a video explaining the situation and saying, "We need your help to complete Mario Maker.
So please, if you own a Wii U and Mario Maker, boot up the game and try to beat just 1 or 2 levels."
He hoped it would go viral, and it actually did.
To be honest, I did not believe at all when I put out that video, and I was like, oh, this will be fun, but like it's probably not going to happen. And then it just kept climbing and climbing to like 200,000.
And then things started to snowball. Social media posts blew up. News articles were written. There was a flood of activity like the game hadn't seen in years. People fell in love with the idea of clearing every last level before the shutdown, and they wanted to be a part of it.
The whole community, anyone who had touched Mario Maker in the past was like coming back to come into the community and see how the progress was going for it.
I would sit around like 300, 400 viewers, and I would just play Maker 1, and suddenly I have like 1,000 plus people watching my stream.
Seeing the flood of people rush into the Discord was the most exciting part for me.
That's so cool, dude.
It was
What?
kind of inspiring, right?
I didn't even know any of this happened. That's actually fire.
So Team 0% had the momentum, with an army willing to pitch in and help. The problem is that the remaining levels were uncleared for a reason. They were really
I was like, that must be hard, because you gotta imagine the levels are uncleared, meaning the average person cannot do the levels. So even if you get on and you get a bunch of people on the games, that's still a task that the average person cannot do.
really hard. Some had a multitude of tricks in rapid succession, usually known as Kaizo levels. Others had a gimmick that made them super difficult, typically doing a hard trick over and over. But of all these levels, there was one that Team 0% identified as a problem very early on. A stage simply called Beast Needle. Buckle up, folks.
Oh god.
Beast Needle is a Mario 1 level where you make near impossible jump after near impossible jump.
Dude, you know what, bro? Just bring the creator to beat the level again, bro. Just bring the creator to beat it again.
And it goes on for a full 7 minutes. It doesn't relent. It never backs off. It's absolute brutality from start to finish. Many of these jumps are frame perfect. Some of them require pressing jump for exactly 1 frame. And if anything is imperfect, you're dead and have to start over. One mechanic you must master is the float jump. By repressing A in the air, you float slightly longer before landing. Toward the end of the level, you have to do 11 of these impossible looking float jumps back and forth to repeatedly hit a POW block. Mess up any of them and it's over. And at the very end, the cherry on top of Beast Needle is one final brutal jump to the door. And then another to the flagpole for good measure. This is what Team 0% was up against. Even the greatest Mariomaker players on Earth stood little chance against Beast Needle. There was only one person who had hopes of beating it.
Ooh.
Yeah, King Boo is an insane player.
King Boo, he's crazy.
Dude, they talk about it like he's Gojo, bro. They talk about him like he's fucking Gojo. Who the fuck is King Boo, bro? They got Gojo of fucking Mario Maker.
Difficult level grinds.
Wow, this guy is incredible at this game.
Yeah, nobody could beat it.
It was all up
except
to King Boo, the
King
former
Boo.
world record holder in Super Mario 3D World, the individual level speedrunner, the player who'd already cleared some of the hardest levels in Mario Maker history. King Boo loved this sort of thing, and practiced the level for weeks. He found a couple cool strategies.
It's not going to be
For
King Boo that beats it,
on
though.
some jumps, he
It's going to be
paused
some
and looked
random
for a
dude.
visual cue. If he was on the correct frame, then he could simply unpause and hold the direction to guarantee he made it. But for most of the level, there was nothing to help. He just had to get good and build his consistency. And after a month of playing, and so many promising attempts, King Boo managed to pull it off. Seeing how some of the best players in the world reacted is pretty telling. One of the hardest remaining levels was now out of the way early. But if Beast Needle was a sign of things to come, Team 0% had their work cut out for them. As the weeks passed, the group made some good progress, clearing hundreds of levels every single day. If this continued, they were on pace to clear every level by the deadline. But as they played, they kept encountering rather unique levels from one particular uploader, Conan. Conan's levels weren't the most impossible, but they were sadistic. They usually involved doing a difficult trick over and over and over, while you waited for an item to slowly make its way along a track. In general, Team 0% hated Conan's levels.
This guy is just
What is
evil.
wrong with this person? Why are they?
This guy is
uploading
deadass
these
just the
levels?
Sukuna of
But
this shit.
thankfully, one player disagreed, Budoko. According to Budoko himself, he wasn't good enough to tackle the really difficult levels, but he had both the skill and patience to take on these levels that nobody else wanted to play.
The top players, if we wanted to really grind it out, we could beat them, but it's more.
They
Can
had-
somebody else deal with this. Like
They had the
want
goat
to.
come in here
Budoko
with no
being
job,
willing
no
to
nothing,
waste his
but straight
time,
patience.
Honestly, with how stupid some of those levels were, was very appreciated.
The last Conan level was an insane one, where you had to build a bridge for a Goomba using nothing but 2 P-switches over and over. There were many failures along the way, but after a long grind, Budoko was able to take out that level too. Another step on the long journey of Team 0%. As monotonous as they were, even these levels took a fair amount of skill to complete. But every now and then, Team 0% would run into a level on the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Meet Lucky Draw. This level was made by a player named Phenotype, who is known for making some weird ones.
It's
As
a
you can
gambling
see,
level?
Mario is in block jail and can't move as he gets pushed toward the goal. Above, there are 3 P-switches. If any of them activate, the blocks turn into coins and Mario instantly dies. So, Mario needs to make it to the end before any P-switches activate. Simple enough, right? Well, up high are 6 Magic Koopas that will turn their question mark block into something. This has a 6 in 7 chance of being an enemy or mushroom, which will fall on the music note block and activate the P-switch. 1/7 of the time, it'll instead turn into a coin, which half the time will move left and still activate the P-switch.
That's
To
insane.
not activate a P-switch, you need a coin that moves right. meaning a 1 in 14 chance overall. For all 6 Magikoopas, total odds of 1 in 7.5 million.
What
The
the
level was
fuck?
first allegedly cleared by Pasty White MF in May 2019.
Pasty
They
White
didn't record
motherfucker,
it,
bro.
So it couldn't be verified as legit. There was then a big push to clear Lucky Draw on video.
I mean, at that point, I think we just had people like leaving on their Wii U's to try and beat it. Because you don't have to play anything.
Fortunately, it doesn't take any skill, so it was just a bunch of people putting their Wii U's on overnight.
I mean,
coming
that's
back and
goated.
checking clears.
Like that. Hey,
After
that
many
means the whole
months of
community
this,
can interact
one
on
player
this.
took things a step further. Electronic Logic. He set up a 24/7 stream on a new account and left it on endlessly through 2020 and 2021. Finally, after more than 5,000 hours, this happened. This was the sort of
5,000
thing Team
hours? How many
0%
days
had
is
to
that?
deal with. Nobody wanted to play Lucky Draw, but since someone years ago had the patience to design it and then spend months uploading it, it now had to be cleared. Levels like Lucky
Holy
Draw were
shit.
just as much of a problem as levels like Beast Needle. But now, thankfully, both were out of the way.
208 days.
By
Dude, that
early
is insane.
2024, it was clear.
208
Team
days.
0% was crushing this.
The thing is, what's crazy about that is you have to, like, whenever you make these levels, you have to beat them. Meaning the guy who did this probably had to wait for something similar. That is genuinely evil.
Many around the world had joined in, and the number of uncleared levels was dwindling. A few of the best players had really committed, clearing several hundred levels each.
Fritzif was a huge contributor at the very end. He was a huge contributor throughout.
He definitely took out some really good, really difficult levels. Fly, who cleared a lot of levels at the end too. Fly was extremely good at figuring out, I think you need to do this, or sometimes I'd be on my stream and be like, I don't know that I can beat this one. Do you want to try it, Fly? And they would clear it a couple days later.
March 8th, 2024 marked 1 month to go until the deadline, and Team 0% had exactly 100 levels left to clear.
What?
Things were certainly looking good.
That
With
looks
each
that,
cleared level,
that's like
the
guaranteed. What? Y'all got it at that point.
got more excited.
Yeah! Yeah!
But for all the optimism, there remained one fear. What if they ran into some impossible level they couldn't figure out? What was out there in these final 100 levels? After all, they'd survived uncleared this far.
We're eventually
Oh,
going to run
that's
into some
true.
that are really, really, really hard.
These are like levels that
Can we
have
beat
not
those?
been beat
The
at
closer
all.
we get to the goal, the less people who can help. I don't know, is there something horrible out there that we don't know about?
As Team 0% began playing the final 100 levels, they found that they were certainly a step up in difficulty, but they weren't encountering that one impossible level they feared. Even though their pace slowed, they gradually worked through the toughest levels Mariomaker 1 had to offer, like one called Wasted Summer, cleared by Megan Narwhal.
Oh. Cool.
But shortly thereafter, Team 0% stumbled upon a pretty unique level.
Genuinely
The
versing
last
through
standing
hell.
uncleared water level.
Oh, cool.
The hardest muncher stairs. We've seen precise levels, and we've seen repetitive levels, but this one took things a step further. It's pretty visually
Oh, dude, this hurts my heart, bro. I feel like I would get so impatient that I would genuinely start crumbling. I would give up on this one like immediately. This is not what I would
Yes,
do.
why this
I
one
would,
is
my
different.
heart would hurt just out
Then
of
factor
pure
in,
impatience.
Once you reach the top, you're sent right back to the bottom of the next staircase. Finish 4 staircases, and you've completed 1 lap. Finish 4 laps, and the level is over. 16 staircases, and 1 slip up means you're done.
You have the tiniest little bit of wiggle room to kind of swim in place. So it's not so much about being absolutely frame perfect every time, but it's about being frame perfect enough and doing it quickly.
It's like
The
consistency. That's insane.
Boring, same swimming motion for 8 minutes, 20 seconds straight. Imagine.
Oh my
getting
god, no.
8 minutes.
No. Just give me the other levels. I think I would actually rather go through the hell levels than some shit like this. This isn't even like you don't make this level to like test someone's like skill, you make this level to break their fucking mind.
In and then dying and just feeling horrible.
Serious efforts to beat the hardest muncher stairs began in February with a player named Noble D4. On the 18th, he became the first person to clear 2 staircases, 1/8 of the way.
What? What? There's like a month left, and you're telling me he's the first person ever to clear 2 staircases in a row? And he has to do 16? The creator is insane. What are you doing?
There. A week later, he managed to complete a lap before dying midway through the 5th staircase. All that effort, and he was only a quarter of the way done. He stopped playing after this. As other levels were cleared, attention begrudgingly turned back to the hardest muncher stairs. On March 7th, a player named Kill a Dragon became the first to reach the 6th staircase. 2 days later, Noble D4 came back and made it to the 7th staircase. Later that day, Kill a Dragon reached the 8th staircase. They were building consistency, but there was a long way to go.
Dude, and that's only
you can
halfway.
go through it. Anyone can do each individual jump. But to do that, I mean, what was it, like a 7-8 minute long level? To where you're just going through the entire thing, and it's a consistency-based level.
Around then, a third player joined in, Cap. There were now 3 high-level players all going for this.
That is
On March
insane.
10th,
No, I'm saying my thumb would genuinely, like, it's not even a problem of being able to do it. It's being able to do it for that long. It's like holding, this level is literally the entire thing of, oh yeah, hold this little cup of water, right? Yeah, it's nothing, right? It's nothing. Okay, now hold it for an hour. And it's like, okay, now you're genuinely starting to ache your shit.
Kill a Dragon became the first to reach lap 3. A short while later, Noble and Cap made it there too. They were all pushing each other, but they were still only a little over halfway there. One of them would have to take their best effort so far, then duplicate it on the very same attempt.
That's insane.
Well, on March 11th, Cap once again made it to lap 3, and this time set a new personal best by reaching the 10th staircase. But he didn't die there. He cleared staircase 10 and set the furthest mark anyone had ever reached in the level. But he still didn't die there. He cleared the 11th staircase, and then the 12th.
Oh!
This was the first time anybody had ever reached lap 4 of the hardest muncher stairs. With nothing to lose, Cap figured he might as well try and see how far he could make it on lap 4.
Oh my god. How do you even know what staircase you're at? So every time you complete 4 staircases, you get 1 red coin. I'm pretty sure. I would just mind numb it. Yeah, and then this is when my chat goes, "Hey Mike, you got this," and then I immediately die.
You have the tiniest little bit of wiggle room to kind of swim in place.
Can I say something? Dude, this guy edits so fucking well, bro. The editing is genuinely beautiful. Like, you feel like it's actually, like, really just, it's professionally done.
To do that, I mean, what was it, like a 7-8 minute long level?
Imagine getting 8 minutes in and then dying and just feeling horrible.
So that's it! Dude, I thought he was gonna die at the end. If he deadass died at the end, I would have cried.
Can y'all hear me? Right now, can y'all hear me?
I really appreciated how the others...
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all yatta? He just cuts off, bro. He's gone. He mutes him. He just fucking cuts him off. He peaks his mic so fast.
You were kind of also there.
Can you guys hear me? Hey, let me know. Can you hear me?
Shouting just as loud
Yatta!
as the rest of us. Because the goal is not personal glory here. It's that we beat the level.
The other people weren't like mad. They were happy that this is done and we actually are closer to
The thing is, yeah, like that's what's nice about it is that it's like it's not about because if that guy did it by himself, it would feel a lot harder. But if he had 2 others helping him, so it's like even if he didn't do it, he had the confidence that the others could do it.
The hardest muncher stairs is one of my favorite chapters in the Team 0%.
It pushes him regardless.
While Cap crossed the finish line, all 3 competitors deserve a ton of credit. They'd taken out one of the most brutal levels remaining, and there were now only a handful left. When Team 0% first sounded the alarm in October, there were doubts about how far they'd make it.
We had been concerned about, we called it the wall. We thought eventually we're going to hit a wall and our progress is going to slow down. But the numbers just kept dwindling and people just kept joining the Discord and kept joining the effort. And the wall never really came. But when we were down to the final 4, it was just, yeah, it's only a matter of time for all of these levels.
Final 4?
By March 14th, 3.5 weeks until the deadline, there remained just 4 uncleared levels in all of Super Mario.
But it's like, bro, it's like, what are in these levels, dog? There's 4 fucking levels left. There's 20 minutes left of this video. What could have possibly happened in these 4 fucking levels, dude?
Their names were Phantom Oddworld, The Last Dance, Welcome Extreme, and Trimming the Herbs. It went without saying that these were 4 of the toughest levels ever made. But would any of them get in the way of Team 0%? They were feeling awfully confident.
I mean, shit, almost a month. More like little less than a month to do all
This level was
this.
created by MW65536, who would go on to be the first player from Japan to get a 454 in Super Mario Bros.
Oh, and he didn't get
His
first
level
place.
was
So
an NSMB style
he was
Kaizo level,
the
a
villain.
common sight for uncleared levels down the stretch. So, what was special about this one? Why had it lasted so long?
I remember watching and not really even being able to process what was going on half the time.
It's centered around throwing POW blocks. Just very high APM, like
This is the
grabbing the
world?
run button, releasing the run button to throw the POWs, but doing it while also avoiding all of the spikes and especially the potable.
What the fucking geometry dash am I watching?
Section. Very rapid inputs. You don't hold on to a POW for more than, I don't know, like 5 or 6 frames. At any point in the level, you're constantly throwing them.
Oh my god, yeah, you
have to
really
do
don't
so
hold them that
many
long.
inputs in such a
Dude,
short
no, that one was
timeframe.
insane because you drop
Even
it, pick it
being
back
blocked
up
for just
midair.
a moment or two is enough to kind of throw you off.
The hardest parts are the triple ground pound stall section and the very end. Both require an incredible amount of inputs in a small window. Attempts to clear Phantom Oddworld were dominated by 2 players, Applesauce Fiona and Yamada. Fiona is a world
Motherfuckers
record
really be
holder
named
in
like your
Yoshi's
mom's
Island,
fucking
a
laundry
very
and then
input-heavy speed.
Yamada.
So she was a great candidate for this level. And Yamada is one of the best Mario Maker 2 players around. He'd also already cleared 2 of the final 15 uncleared levels, now going for his 3rd. Fiona and Yamada each put many hours into clearing it.
I
and
feel like
came
the last kind of levels are like the like you deserve. It's not to say that nobody deserves credit. It's like those ones though. If you clear the final levels, it's like okay, you're kind of good.
close on several occasions. But in the end, Yamada was the first to clear Phantom Oddworld.
Oh,
His skills were intimidating to even the best members of Team 0%.
He was one of those players that just would pick a level, and if he picked the level you were grinding, that's bad luck for you, because he's going to beat it before you.
One level
damn!
down,
Yo,
ready to go.
I love how sometimes they talk about these people like they're mythical beings, dude.
Next up was Welcome Extreme, a unique level in that it was in the Mario 1 style. There are plenty of difficult jumps, but the real problem here is the timer. You only have 50 seconds to complete 3 laps. This meant
I
you
feel like
had
this would be
no
my
time
kind of
to
level.
waste. For instance, this first off-screen jump, you have to land on this block since the one to the left is too slow. If there are any hesitations anywhere, you run out of time. Then at the end of each lap is an RNG section. Piranha plants are shot
This would be my kind of level.
around on springs and spit fireballs at random times. There's no time to wait for a safe moment. You have to just send it and pray you make it through unscathed.
Oh, that's fucked.
There's an estimated 1 in 3 chance of surviving, but there's 3 laps, so overall odds of 1 in 27. That's a
laps?
3.7% chance just to have the opportunity to do the rest of the level perfectly. Many players streamed Welcome Extreme in its final days, trying to string together the execution and the RNG. But the one who was best was named Haribo. He became the first player to
Haribo
reach
gummy
the
bears.
lap 3 RNG section. And although it took a few tries to get the luck, he cleared the level on March 14th. Welcome Extreme was done. 2 levels to go.
I know with how fast, because I've watched these videos before, I know with how fast we are going through these last 4 levels, I know whatever the last fucking level is, and I bet you it's going to be the last dance. it is going to be hell. Because what do you mean we're about to have 15 minutes of just talking about one level?
Excitement was building. Everyone could feel what was coming. As long as one of these last 2 levels didn't get in the way, Team 0%'s long journey was about to be over. First, they had to deal with the Last Dance.
Oh.
This is another NSMB-style Kaizo level. It was fairly long, with plenty of hard tricks, but at this point, Team 0% was not intimidated.
There's some definitely cool sections with shells and, you know, some wall jumps, but like you said, it's nothing revolutionary in terms of
It's like, I think the greatest motivating factor about Mario Maker levels has to be that no matter what, it is very humanly possible. That's like the coolest thing about all these levels. It is so humanly possible. Because, I mean, yeah, it would have been cool if the Last Dance was the last one. Like,
hadn't seen before.
And it's very, very difficult, but there had been certainly much harder levels cleared prior to it.
The actual levels that last to the end are not the hardest of the hard necessarily, but the ones that are not noticeably hard. They are the right balance of difficult enough that nobody wants to play them, but also average enough that nobody takes notice of them.
Obviously, clearing the Last Dance would be a huge deal, and there was a massive race to be the first. The biggest player tackling this level was the Beast 721. He certainly had the track record, as a big Twitch streamer who'd cleared many hard levels before. He put about a dozen hours into the level when it was one of the only ones remaining. But then, he got word that Yamada, who had just cleared Phantom Oddworld, was now focusing his efforts
he
on
drops
the
it right
Last
there.
Dance.
Wasn't
Wasn't
this the same guy who was like, yeah, if Yamada does your level, get the fuck out of there?
No idea who he was until he had beaten Phantom Oddworld, and everybody was saying how good he is. When he beat Phantom Oddworld, I was like, oh no, I hope he doesn't start playing The Last Dance, because I'm playing it. I don't know, I was like 10 hours in or something.
The Beast still had hopes that he could clear it first.
He did.
Late on March 14th, he got an attempt deep into the level. The chat got excited as he entered the final pipe of The Last Dance. One of the last challenges of the level is right here. You're running at full speed and must enter the second door.
Oh, he's gonna enter the
even
first.
Slightly too far, you hit the spikes and die.
Oh. No!
Oh no.
This was the Beast's one chance. A few hours later, Yamada posted to Twitter that he had done it. He entered the correct door, finished the level, and
Yamada for real the devil, bro.
Yamada
for real the devil,
Yamada
bro.
had now cleared the 4th to last and the 2nd to last levels in Super Mario Maker. All these amazing players, yet he was the one to get both.
Yamada is different, bro.
I wasn't surprised that he beat it before me, but I had like a 10 or 11 hour head start, and that he still did it, that was a little, this guy is definitely a tier above me, so he's incredible.
I low-key was rooting for this guy.
0% had done it. They'd rallied the troops, inspired an entire community, and cleared the hardest levels humans had ever created. One by one, they all went down.
So there's one more.
That impossible level that they feared never arrived. Now, on March 15th, well before the April 8th deadline, there was one final level remaining: trimming the herbs. After all they'd been through, clearly it was just a matter of time until this one fell too. Right?
Holy shit, yeah, you're literally trimming. Wow.
It looked very precise, but it didn't have any like new unknown tricks. It didn't have any
You trimmed your bush?
unrecognizable tech.
As a casual viewer, the level looks really easy. If you just look at it, it's like, oh, you just do this, you go through and then you're done. It's 12 seconds, it's super short.
It was no, it was no Beast Needle. It was no, it didn't even look like it stacked up to like The Last Dance, right?
Then what's wrong with it?
No problem. Trimming the herbs was gonna be a
Guys, what is the calm before the storm, bro? This is the calm before the fucking storm. Because everyone's talking about it casually, but why is this the last level?
Breeze. And then they started actually playing it.
Oh, this level's much more of a problem than we thought.
More difficult than anything that we've ever done.
So at the time, I had tried the level. I couldn't get past the first piranha. And like, oh, okay, that is actually really difficult.
Just the amount of pixel perfect positions you have to be in, the number of frame perfect inputs you have to input in such a
Like,
short
if you
amount
watch
of
someone
time.
who's actually doing it really well, it looks
really
easy.
hard to describe. Like, this is one of the hardest things I've ever tried to do, and I didn't think I had the ability to do it if I put in 1,000 hours.
I think part
Where's
of
Yamada, bro?
the hidden
Call up
difficulty
Yamada.
of that level is
Call him up.
momentum control. The frame perfect input was really just scratching the surface. The momentum control in such a tight space, all while perfectly dropping the bomb, just does not translate visually.
How hard is trimming the herbs? Yes.
Team 0% had gotten through hard levels before. Surely they could push through this one too, right? But as days passed by, very little progress was made. How had this level slipped under everyone's radar for so long?
So I think a few people had like pulled up the level, been like, yeah, I'll try it there. Like, oh, this is too hard. Move on to something else. You don't really think much of it.
The player who was primarily grinding it out at the time goes by Yoshi. His big conclusion was that this is far too difficult.
He had been grinding trimming the herbs for weeks, if not months. During his grinding, he kind of came to the conclusion that this level's so ridiculous.
Days passed. All eyes were on trimming the herbs, but there was no progress. Nobody got even close. This was a hard level. Too hard. There was something suspicious about it. Trimming the Herbs was uploaded back in 2017 by a player named Ahoyo. He was a
This evil level. There's some secret to this. There's some secret, because there's some levels that people be making that are really fucking hard, literally impossible, but there's always a secret to them.
known skilled player, having previously made and cleared the incredibly difficult level Bombs 5. But was he this good? Had Ahoyo really cleared Trimming the Herbs all on his own back in 2017, while nobody out of thousands could clear it in 2024? Or had he somehow cheated to upload it? Two camps formed. Some thought the level was cheated, and some thought it was legit.
I mean, you can
So it
cheat
became
levels in.
kind of public discourse, and unfortunately sort of toxic at times within the community, of people going, it's fake, we're not even worried about it, it's stupid. And then other people going, you have no proof of that, why would you accuse a trusted player with like such a good reputation?
So half the community is saying, this is obviously way too hard, he must have cheated. And then the other half of the community is saying, well, okay,
There's
that may
no
be,
way you're
but he could
you're
not
TASing
possibly have
it
cheated, the tools didn't exist.
and not doing it.
Like, oh, maybe the clear video is spliced, maybe he wasn't recording, but we looked at the video and there was no splices.
Watching the debate, that was not my favorite moment of the community.
Team 0% had long decided that only legitimate
fighting
uploads
each other
were
over
part of their
this.
criteria. In other words, if Trimming the Herbs was cheated,
So whoever's doing this is the guy who made the damn level. What the fuck?
Team 0% was already done. All legit uploads had been cleared. But while some disagreed, the majority thought that there probably was no cheating, and that meant the level had to be cleared. The best players in the world kept pushing to try and beat it, and their efforts were going nowhere.
If you're like a skilled player who thinks you actually have a chance of beating it, you're like, okay, I've been playing for 6 hours and I've gotten past the second piranha plant 0 times, you know. So I would have, I don't know, 2,000 plus people in my stream watching me die in the first second of a level for 3 hours. I think as soon as influential people started saying, I don't think I have a shot at beating this ever, that's when people started to really wonder, like, maybe we're not going to do it.
Damn. And
Out of
then
the blue, I'm on my stream playing Trimming the Herbs, and I get a Discord message from Ahoyo, and it says, hey, I want you to come here and listen to what I have to say.
This guy's about to confess
I
to
got
being
invited
cheated.
to a server by Ahoyo, and it was like, okay, lay it out. Here's what happened.
Myself, Riley, Low Curbs were in there. We were kind of shocked. He told us, yes, it was tasked.
When Mario Maker first came out, like the internet was kind of going crazy a little bit when they saw people having difficulty on levels.
Tasked
But
it.
like that intensity of like, you know, outsider viewers never returned to the game really. And I thought it might never return unless there was like some
Damn.
crazy level. And I wanted that kind of like experience to come back to the community again.
So in June 2017, in an effort to get eyes back on the game, Ahoyo designed a practically impossible level, trimming the herbs, using a tool that his friend reverse engineered. He made all the perfect inputs on a computer ahead of time, then played it back on console to clear the level. This is known as a task clear, or tool-assisted speedrun. Ahoyo then waited for people to notice his impossible level, but they never did.
Cool, this is a speedrun.
I suggested people should play it. I like went in the 0% Discord, like posted myself. I streamed a little bit of the level from simply observing it. People didn't think much of it. And then from playing it, it wasn't fun, the beginning. The beginning's awful. If I were to do it over, I would have been way, way, way more direct in challenging people and like telling people, hey, try this level, you know, wink, wink. It was supposed to be, I guess, what you'd call a white lie. And just off the top of my head, like thinking about it, probably the difference between a white lie and a lie is time.
Ahoyo moved on with his life, forgot about the level, and for the next 6 years, trimming the herbs remained on the Mariomaker servers in obscurity. When Team 0% rediscovered it at the end of their journey in 2024, Ahoyo was alerted to what was going on, and then had to decide what to do.
Like, I know I was like with the monocles, twirling the mustache, you know, seeing how they would go in the last week. I think I was still not satisfied with the lack of attention on TTH. So clearly I did nothing for a little while longer. But as soon as it turned to infighting amongst the group members, that's when really shortly after that, that's when it's like, hey guys, you got to know about this. Truth be told, it has haunted me like a ghost of a pixelated houseplant. You know, hey kids, don't do what I did.
Well now, this was the reality of the situation. Trimming the herbs was invalid, and so Team 0% was done. They didn't know it at the time, but the moment Yamada cleared the last dance, they had cleared every legit upload in Super Mario Maker. Thousands and thousands of clears across many months, and it had
feels
all
like
built
kind
up
of like
to this. It felt so hollow.
yeah, it's like man, that doesn't feel like a good win. That just doesn't feel like the right win. Cause like it just got removed. That kind of sucks. Like had we known the last dance was really the last dance, then it would have been like, yes, Yamada did it. But they spent so much time on fucking trimming the herbs that it's like, well, now what?
I don't know how to feel about this.
Some people were upset that we didn't get to have a proper celebration of beating all the levels.
They felt as though the mission kind of went out with a whimper instead of a bang.
As underwhelming as this all was, there was one obvious way it could be salvaged. There was still about 2 weeks until the April 8th deadline. They had time to try and clear trimming the herbs legitimately. Team 0% could say they won all they wanted, but since there had been so much attention on this one level, people still felt like there was unfinished business. But of course, trimming the herbs was literally designed to be unbeatable by humans. All the best players in the world, Lil Curbs, The Beast, and more, they poured hours into it and gave up.
So I wanted to be optimistic, but having seen these people who conquered all these previous levels kind of thrown in the towel, in my heart of hearts, I didn't think that anyone was capable of beating it.
Team 0% needed another hero. Much like how King Boo cleared Beast Needle, they needed a specialist to even have a chance of clearing trimming the herbs in the next 2 weeks. They needed Sanix.
This might be the
Sanix
Gojo.
is one of the best Mario Maker 2 players on Earth, clearing some of that game's most difficult levels. But he hadn't paid nearly as much attention to Mario Maker 1.
But when the Mario Maker 1 shutdown was announced, I started paying attention to it. And when I saw TTH and the hype around it, I thought going for TCL would be my chance to be part of the Team 0% story.
Sanix was the chosen one. He was unbelievably talented.
Okay, no, they are actually just talking about this guy as Gojo. Like, he is literally Gojo. This guy, yeah, are you fucking me, dude? I know I said they were talking about other people like they were Gojo. They literally called this guy the chosen one. What?
And had the thousands of hours of experience needed to even attempt to beat Trimming the Herbs. Progress on the level quickly followed.
I was getting a lot of runs to the third stack. Usually players would reach it maybe once or twice per session, but somehow I was getting there much more often, sometimes up to around 20 times per hour. That's when I realized that I might...
That guy, you're telling me nobody else could get to the third stack, including everybody. Only one person would ever get that in an hour. And this guy was just doing it by himself 20 times.
Actually have a chance to beat the level before the server shutdown.
I guess the more proof he showed that I'm getting pretty close to this, like, we started thinking, wow, maybe he can.
Sanix was in a race against time. 2 weeks turned into 1 week, and then just a few days. And then, on April 5th, just 3 days before the shutdown, Sanix did this.
His mom's asleep. His parents are asleep, and this guy just became the only human to have ever touched this level and beat it. He did what only could have been done with TAS or TAS.
He had done something that was literally never designed for any human to do. And then just the complete elation that came after from not only him, but from the chat and from everyone in the community. It went like completely viral again within the gaming space.
How unfortunate that he's French. Maybe this one time I'll look the other way.
Perfect end for Team 0%? This story isn't just about the top dogs. This was a community-wide effort. Thousands of players pitched in to clear levels. They came together to give Super Mario Maker the final send-off it deserved. And this is just the beginning. Team 0% is hard at work on Super Mario Maker 2. When those servers eventually shut down, we'll probably see a similar push to complete that game. Who knows what stories will one day be written. As for Ahoyo, who caused the drama at the end, on the one hand, maybe he didn't go about things the right way. But remember, the whole reason he made Trimming the Herbs was to
so
try
he
and
could
put the
get more.
spotlight-
He could put more on it. I mean, he's not a bad guy. It was unfortunate what he did, but
back on Super Mario Maker. And well, it may have taken 7 years, but I would say, mission accomplished.
guys,
Thanks
we
for
did it.
watching.
We did it, guys. We did it. Me included. We beat trimming the herb, guys. We did it.
Don't forget to click the link below
We-
to purchase
we
your DVD
and
or
you.
VHS tape.
Some could even say, we you.